Hey Beyond Style fam, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm giving you 5 tips to help you start your YouTube channel. So if you're interested in those 5 tips, then stay tuned. All right guys, I'm just going to jump right into this video. Super chill, I'm just sitting down. I have my coffee over there and my little notebook so I don't forget anything. And I just want to start off by saying that these tips aren't solely for YouTube. You can definitely apply these tips to anything in your life, whether it's starting a business, going to school, like trying for a new job, anything. You really can apply these tips. So I just wanted to put that out there. And this is something that I recently learned, and I really wanted to share it with everyone because they're really simple and just, I don't know, give you a different perspective. And when you have a different perspective, your mind is opened a little bit more and you're thinking about things that you didn't think about before. So tip number 1 is it's not about your resources, it is about your resourcefulness. You heard that? Not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. So how resourceful can you be? So for me, starting my YouTube channel about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I got this this Canon right here. And this is the Canon EOS Rebel T5. Now, I didn't know anything about cameras like that when I decided to start my YouTube journey a while ago, like 3-4 years ago, and I just seen that on Amazon and it came in a bundle package, and I bought it. I thought it was like a really good deal. Now, when I bought the camera, I realized there's no mic jack on that camera, so it wasn't really the best. I didn't do my research, but again, now here I am. I'm not about to spend the money like $700, $800 to $1,000 on a new camera right now because I have one and it works just fine. Yes, it doesn't have a mic jack, but how do I work around that? I do voiceovers. I use the internal mic that it has, even though it's not great. And instead of buying a new camera, I invested in a new lens, which was only $60 versus $1,000 for a new camera. So being resourceful in the fact that, okay, I'm going to use what I have and try to make the best out of that, which I did by just upgrading the lens until I save up enough money for a new camera. So being resourceful. Also, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you don't need to buy a camera. Use your phone. Like, you can literally use your phone. That's what I'm filming on right now. So the iPhone quality is getting super good, and you can literally just record on your phone and it's not that big of a deal. So be resourceful in what you have, from your recording equipment to your lighting. Use your windows, filming like in the daylight from your backdrop and things like this. Move things around from your house to set up an area. This plant tree here, it doesn't belong here. It goes in a different corner, but when I sit down and film, I move it over here. So being resourceful and looking at what you have around you and the things in your home to kind of pull together what you envision and making the best out of that. So that was tip number 1. Tip number 2 is going to be to start before you are ready. So I heard this about a couple weeks ago, and I just thought it was really important to start before you're ready, because you're always going to have excuses. You're always going to have reasons on why you can't do something, or what have you, and that you're waiting on something. Just a bunch of excuses. So just start before you're ready, because you're never going to be ready. Just like they say, how do you know you're ready to have kids? You don't. You just kind of figure it out. Like, you plan as much as you can. What you should do, you should plan as much as you can for your YouTube channel, or for your business, or for your new position that you want to do. You want to plan as much as you can and prepare yourself, but you're never going to really be ready. So just go ahead and start. The best thing that you can do is start. Okay, so tip number 3 is going to be to commit to the journey. So this could be in YouTube, this could be in your business, this could be in school. Like, commit to the journey. You need to commit to it, because things do not happen overnight. It is very seldom that you become an overnight sensation and your video goes viral and then everybody knows who you are, unless you do something really stupid. So commit to your journey, commit to your craft, and don't sell yourself short, and don't feel like just because it doesn't happen overnight, It's not going to happen. Don't compare yourself to someone else who has been doing this for who knows how long. They could be doing this for years, and you're just now starting, and you're looking at them thinking that you should be where they are at. So definitely don't do that. Commit to your own journey, and comparison is literally the thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to anyone else's journey. You don't know what it took for them to get there. So just be mindful of that and stay focused and stay in your lane, and what is meant for you is always going to be for you. So tip number 4 is going to be to count the cost, but also count the possibilities. So when you're counting your costs, like if you're starting a YouTube channel, you may want to count the costs that, things that you are eventually going to need, which is camera equipment, lighting equipment, maybe some different backdrops and things that you have around. Starting your business, how much is it going to cost you to, get your LLC? And, what if you want a storefront? Like, how much is that going to cost? How much is products going to cost? And things like that. So count the cost. Like, you need to know exactly what is going to go into that. Luckily for YouTube, a lot of cost isn't necessarily needed because you have the basics. You have a smartphone, you have daylight where you can simply sit there and record in front of the window and go to Starbucks and use their Wi-Fi and upload your video. Like, it is very cost effective. But what it does cost is going to be your time, it's going to be your energy, it's going to be your commitment, things that money cannot buy. And let me tell you, I have been really trying to be consistent with this lately, and it is a lot of time, it is a lot of energy, and it is a lot of I'm not going to say sleepless nights, but sleep. If I want to get something done, then I'm sacrificing my sleep. There is time. I'm sacrificing my time with loved ones and things like that. So you really need to understand the cost, but at the back of your mind, know the possibilities. So after counting all these costs and doing all these things for so long, what is it going to get me? What are the possibilities that I can see from doing all of this? And where I'm at, I see it's a whole new world for me. So, and it can definitely be that for you too, and not just in YouTube. Again, within anything in your life, whether it be a business, whether it be something going to school, like counting the cost. How much is the tuition going to be? Like, yeah, you may be in debt, but then what happens after that? You got your degree, maybe you're a doctor now. So the possibilities are endless. And the next thing you know, you're opening up your own practice. So you have to count the cost, but also count the possibilities. And that is what I believe is going to help and keep you pretty motivated. I know it does for me, continuously counting the possibilities and all the things like I can imagine that is going to happen from me being consistent and committing to my journey. So last but not least, we have tip number 5, and that is going to be to start with the end in mind, which kind of plays into the previous tip. But yeah, start with the end in mind. So by that, I take that as you have your plan, but you see your end goal. And when you're counting all these costs and you're committing to your journey, you have that end goal in mind. So you want to start with that in mind, not like all the negative and the things that it's going to take to get there. You want to see where you're going and keep that, in the front of your head. Like, start with that, like, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm heading, and this is why I'm doing all of these things. So yeah, I hope that video, Okay, anyway, so I hope this video wasn't too quick or too fast for you guys, but I did just want to hurry up and jump on here and give you those 5 tips for a good Wellness Wednesday, things that you can apply anywhere in your life. All right, so I hope this video wasn't too fast for you guys and it wasn't all over the place. So just to recap, it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. Start before you're ready. That was number 2. Start before you're ready. You're never going to be ready. You're always going to continuously second guess yourself. Just start. Just start. That's the best thing that you can do. Commit to your journey. Don't commit to anyone else's journey. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Commit to your own journey. And number 4 was count your costs, but also count the possibilities. If you're going to school and those tuition and all that stuff is adding up in books and all that kind of stuff, but the possibilities are that you can open up your own practice one day, like, keep that in the front of your mind. Count the cost, but also count those possibilities, okay? And then lastly, start with the end in mind. So always keep your end goal at the front of your head, because I believe it is like my number one driving source for motivation, especially on those days where I'm just not feeling motivated. And I'm not even gonna lie, like recently it's kind of, well, not recently, but last week I was feeling not very motivated, but really practicing keeping the end in mind and knowing like where I'm going and the possibilities of all of this, like, it's motivating. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. I hope this was helpful and that you can apply these tips, whether it be to YouTube or anywhere in your life. And if you are applying them or plan to, definitely let me know down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.